Okay, so what I like about this section, this is the third mini lecture, and we're just going to talk about what is the role of a financial manager and what financial management actually is, because that is what we're supposed to be learning in this class, right? Um, and one kind of cool thing that your book does is it says, at times we use corporations in this book to illustrate different financial management activities and decisions, and at other times we use individuals and personal objectives. And so, I think that's really cool because it's certainly much easier to think about these concepts in terms of your own life, because you guys don't have corporate experience yet, right? And so, for instance, in the world of financial management, you can divide up the sort of the roles within the financial management operational area into three general categories. These would be capital budgeting, capital structure, and working capital management. Now, I just ran through those very fast. I want to then now take a little step back and describe what these things are, but also, right, describe what they are in our personal lives, because we do all this stuff too in our role as financial managers of our own lives. So, capital budgeting. We are going to spend a fair amount of time working on the background associated with getting to the point where we can do a capital budgeting analysis in this class. It's a very, very important skill set. And capital budgeting means to evaluate where to spend your big bucks. Right? Should I go to college? Should I buy this car? Should I buy this house in a business? Should I put a plant here or put a plant there? Should I open up a new store? Should I, any number of these major capital investment decisions, that general field is called capital budgeting. And the thing is about those kinds of major investments is they hang around for a long time. You spend that money now, it's gone. But you're expecting to get returns from that money of one sort or another over time. You invest in your education, you expect to get returns on that investment over time. A company invests in a new power plant, they expect to get returns from that power plant over time, right? So that's what capital budgeting is. It's looking at the relationship between spending money now and having returns that come to you over a period of time. Capital budgeting. Now, totally different topic, right? Just because it's using the word capital, it's not even really the same definition of capital, really, right? Capital structure for a corporate entity means, how do you come up with the money to finance your business activities? So if you're just starting out as a small business, this is my world, right? You're just starting out as a small business. You need $100,000. Where are you going to get $100,000? Well, you could borrow it from a bank, but then you have to pay it back. Or you could get it from, investors, from friends and neighbors, and they call them friends, families, and fools, the early stage investors in startup companies. Then that money doesn't have to be paid back, but they own your company, right? So on a larger scale, right, the question of, are you going to get investors to come in and buy a part of your company, or are you going to get loans, or, of course, a mix of both? That's what capital structure is. How your equity and liability side of your balance sheet is comprised, right? How much debt do you have? How much equity do you have? And where are you going to get your next round of financing? Because it doesn't make sense to have a ton of cash on your books. Your money should be doing things for you. Cash is just sitting there. So companies rarely have the cash to actually finance their investments internally. So that's capital structure. Next general category of what financial managers do is working capital management. And we're actually not going to really spend a ton of time talking about this in this class. It's kind of, it's not as cool as investments and capital budgeting. So that's a big part of the job of the corporate finance function, is managing working capital, making sure that you have the short-term assets to cover your short-term liabilities. And but really, I'm not going to say a whole lot about that. So that, my friends, is mini lecture 3.